Hello, good morning to everybody in the US. Good evening to people in India, and welcome to our Stotra Bodha series, talk number 51. The talk today is on Nadopasana as seen through the compositions of Sri Tyagaraja, and we're very, very excited to welcome our keynote speaker today, Sri Kailash Hemachandra, who's a vocalist, he's a healthcare IT analyst in Indiana, USA. And today's program will have our Veda Kusumanjali, we'll have our Sangeeta Anjali, and also we'll have remarks given by Shashikala and Nagalakshmi. So with that, we'll start with Shivalingaya Garu. Please.
Hari Om Namaste. Hari Om. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Srunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhiryajatra Sthirairangaye Stastabhagam Sastanobhihi Vesema Deva Hitai Yadayo Swasti na Indra Vradhashravaha Swasti na Posha Vishwavedha Swasti nastakyo arishthanemihi Swasti na brahaspatir dhadato Om Shanti 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 Om Agne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Bhayunani Vidvan Nujodhyasmad Juhurana Meno Bho Istante Namahuktim Videma Om Shanti 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 Om Abrahman Brahmano Brahma Varchasi Jayatam Arashtre Rajanya Shuraishabhya Ati Vyadhi Maharatho Jayatam Dogdhin Dhenur Vodhan Advan Asu Saptihim Purandhityosha Jishna Ratestha Sabheyo Yuva Asya Yajamanasya Viro Jayatam Nikame Nikame na Padjanyo na Varshato Valavatyo na Voshadayaham Pachantam Yogakshemo na Kalpetam Om Shanti 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 Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakpranachakshuho Stotramato Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvo Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakaroto Anirakaranam Astu Anirakaranam Me Astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanisatsu Dharma Te Mahi Santo Te Mahi Santo Om Shanti 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 Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we'll have Lakshmi Garu here.
Dhanlakshmi, she is a student of Veda Adhyayana Kendra Annamacharya group, and she is herself an independent singer. And today we have an opportunity to listen to her all over. So now, Dhanlakshmi Garu. She will be offering the Sangeeta Anjali.
Madam, we are not able to hear you. Are you able to talk?
ఇప్పుడు పాడాలి
ఇప్పుడే పాడాలి ప్లీజ్.
ఇప్పుడే పాడాలి సంగీతం.
రికార్డ్ చేసి పంపించమన్నారు, అందుకే నేను అంత ఏమీ పెట్టుకున్నాను.
అయితే రికార్డ్ వేస్తారు, వినండి. కెన్ యూ పుట్ ఇట్?
ఓకే.
I thought you will sing live.
Oh, no, you didn't tell me, otherwise I would have get ready.
No, I've been telling you. You can sing.
Yeah. 1 second, I'll switch on the Shruti.
Yeah, Nagumomo, you may just do it.
ఓకే. ఇది శృతి అన్న
It's all divine grace that we are all able to meet, and our health conditions are permitting to offer a flower of Nada Yoga, to which to Tyagaraja, the saint musician, is a great contributor and inspirer.
పాడమంటారా సార్ ఇప్పుడు?
పాడండి, పాడుతున్నారు కదా.
నా వీడియో వస్తుంది మేడం. ఐ కెన్ ప్లే ద వీడియో. ఐ విల్ ప్లే ద వీడియో.
ఓకే, వీడియో లిసన్.
ఓకే.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm opening the video.
నగుమో ఘనలేని నాజాని తెలిసి నగుమో ఘనలేని నాజాని తెలిసి నగుమో ఓమో ఘనలేని నాజాని తెలిసి నగుమో ఓమో గనలేని 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 నాజాని తెలిసి నన్ను బ్రోవర ఆద శ్రీ రఘువరని 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 నగుమో ఓమో గనలేని నాజాని తెలిసి నన్ను బ్రోవర ఆద శ్రీ రఘువరని బోధన చేసే మారలు కారే అటులుండుదుర ఒక బోధన చేసే మారలు కారే అటులుండుదుర నగుమో ఘనలేని నాజాలి ఎన్సి నన్ను బ్రోర ఆద శ్రీ రఘువర నగుమో ఓమో ఖగరాజు నీయా నతి గచ్చన లేద ఖగరాజు నీయా నతి గచ్చన లేద ఖగరాజు నీయా నతి గచ్చన లేద ఖగరాజు నీయానతి గచ్చన లేద ఖగరాజు నీయానతి గచ్చన లేద గగనానికి తిలకు బహుదూరం గొనినాదో గగనానికి తిలకు బహుదూరం గొనినాదో జగమేలే జగమేలే పరమాత్మ ఎవరితో మొరలిడుదో జగమేలే పరమాత్మ ఎవరితో మొరలిడుదో జగమేలే పరమాత్మ ఎవరితో మొరలిడుదో జగమేలే పరమాత్మ ఎవరితో మొరలిడుదో ఒక చూపకు తాళలు నన్నేలు కోరా త్యాగరాజలు తుని ఒక చూపకు తాళలు నన్నేలు కోరా త్యాగరాజలు తుని నగుమో ఘనలేని నాజాలి వెలిసి నన్ను బ్రోర ఆద శ్రీ రఘువర నగుమో ఓమో
Beautiful.
సార్ ఇది కోటి నదులు అట్లే పాడతాను సార్ ఇదేంటే
Time, others. Next time we can speak.
Yeah, very
People
nice,
will-
madam. Thank you so much.
Very nice, madam. Thank you very much.
Very well rendered.
Beautiful, sir.
Yes. Yes,
వీడియో
thank you so much.
లో కనిచ్చే అందుకే డైరెక్ట్ గానే పాడతాను ఉంటుంది ఓకే
Bond, video bond. Thank you so much, madam. So I think we're ready for Nana to introduce speaker, Sri Kailash.
So, it's all divine plan that we are able to have the
And
speaker.
the video is off if you want on. Nana.
So it is all divine plan that our speaker is back, encouraged by Sri Ramachandra and Tyagaraja, and Kailash Hemachandra is the present day featured speaker. He's an experienced Carnatic vocalist. He is residing in Indianapolis. He is known for the versatility of his voice, soulful renderings, and adherence to tradition. He has received advanced training under the guidance of Vidwan R.K. Padmanabha in Bangalore. Also, Dr. Sita Ramalakshmi also has guided him, and he has performed the various music sabhas and at World Kannada conferences. He has also performed jigalbandis with Hindustani musicians. He has recorded 3 studio albums. He teaches several students locally. In spite of all that, he is currently working as a healthcare IT analyst in Indiana. And today we are having, and actually he has last year given a talk on Tyagaraja, I think Muthuswami Dikshitar, and the recordings are available with us. So he is on the journey of trying to impress all people and inspire people from music and on this Kannada. And now, Nadopasana is a topic that he loved much, and he has, whenever I asked, he said, I want to speak on Nadopasana, sir, as seen in the compositions of Tyagaraja. And he is, Tyagaraja is almost contemporary, latest musician among the music trinities, Shyama Shastri, Muthuswami Dikshitar, and Tyagaraja, and all that. So he's supposed to be 1767, 1847. During that period, he was there he was born in Tiruvarur, and we'll get more details about him. But he is one who has made the Nada as a divine thing, and Paramatma, Sri Ramachandra, is Nada Rupa, and that Nada Rupa is again Pranava and Omkara, and it is and in the compositions he has tried to bring out the Sanatana Dharma, our Vedic culture, Vedic knowledge, and also divine status in Indian culture. And he made the Rama as the embodiment of Nada Swarupam, and he belonged to Kakarla family, and he's a Mulakanadu Brahmin, but he said that he talked about Shabda Brahma. Nada is sound, and Nadatmaka, Nada Yoga, Nada Brahman. Ultimately, we are able to reach up to the emancipation, moksham. And so when we meditate upon Nada, we are going to cleanse our entire internal 72,000 nadis. And ultimately, we will be absolutely blessed with the bliss, and that is a different experience. And all the musicians are very fortunate that not only they enjoy the bliss of music and Nada, also elevate the audience who are sitting. They also forget. Automatically, they start moving their hands and legs and all that feet, and that kind of rhythmic sounds are very influential. That's exactly the power of Nada. And so not my talking about the Nada Yoga, Nada Atmata, and Nada Brahma, and at the same time Nada Anubhava and Nada Dinda Moksha. So that Nada, the sound, Dhwani, is important. And even Purandaradasa simply says, Andavada Dhwani is music, Sangeetam. Andavada Dhwani. That Andavada Dhwani is Nadam. There are, because the whole nature is filled with the sound, but this sound has some message, has some inspiration, and this Nada comes from the birds. The birds are the first musicians in different birds to give rise for different nadas, and therefore the entire, in fact, added to that also we have got the instrumental music, Sangeetam, that is Tantri Swanaha, Karna Sukhaha Pravruttaha, as Valmiki says, flute, violin, veena first. So anyway, the Nada is appearing to us in number of forms, and when you make it as a yoga, means a meditation upon that, and especially on the 7 swaras, ragas, and all that, the rhythmic beats and all that will make us completely happy, not much talking. So and moreover, today we have got wonderful dance teachers and dancers also. The Shishikala from Atlanta, she has got Kuchipudi Dance Academy. She's running there, teaching all the people in America, inspiring them. In the same manner, we have got our granddaughter, Nagalakshmi Bhagavatula. She is a child prodigy, right? From when she is a small girl, and she has made a wonderful presentations and won so many awards. And then, so I just have been compelled her almost because she stays in Seattle, but difference of time made them to get up. And anyway, she is now also present, Nagalakshmi. She is a wonderful dancer and she's a lawyer. So she gets the name as a lawyer dancer, her dancer lawyer. So both she is able to manage. Her father is a lawyer. And so her father, I mean, our grandfather is a music professor and so on. And also, so with all that background, we have Sivalingaya who has rendered the music. And then we have got also another Vedic student who will render Omkarappa. He is Omkarappa by name. He will render that. And meanwhile, we have got our Anjaneya Prasad Kalyam, and he is now in California. So, but I made him to wake up and attend to these things. So it's all Tyagarajas, and all this is a flower offered to the feet of Sri Ramachandra and Tyagaraja, the great saint, philosopher, and Vagekara, and all that. So thank you very much. And now I request our Kailash, who is a familiar figure for us, and his father, also a great promoter, Hemachandra, and his mother also. So they have been patronizing the music, and that spirit has come into Kailash also. So thank you very much. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yes.
Thank you for that introduction.
Prasad, you have got anything to tell that Nagalakshmi is there?
No. We can start and then I'll talk later.
Okay, then.
I'd like to start out by thanking sir for this wonderful opportunity to talk on a subject that is very dear to my heart.
Come closer to your mic.
Is this better?
Yeah.
So yeah, I will increase my volume as well. So thank you, sir, for this wonderful opportunity to talk on this topic that is very dear to my heart. I will start out by offering my pranams to Sri Tyagaraja, offering this the flower of his teaching, his blessings. So, as a practitioner of music, this topic is very dear to my heart. From childhood, I have enjoyed music so much. Singing is one thing, but when I listen to music, it fills me. It fills me. It is therapeutic for me, and it creates. I mean, we cannot describe it. It is only ananda. That is all. We have to experience that ananda, and so it is our great fortune that Sri Tyagaraja has written among the Divine Trinity, Sri Shama Shastri, Sri Muthuswami Dikshitar, and Tyagaraja. Tyagaraja is the only one who has written specifically on the topic of Nadopasana, on the worship of music itself. So in many of his kritis, he has talked about the practice of Nada Yoga, the origin of the Saptaswaras, and he has talked about the various exponents of this wonderful path. So, music as a rigorous spiritual practice is not a new concept in Indian culture. In the Yajnavalkya Smriti, there is a statement that one who has mastered the mysteries of the Veena and understands the rhythmic cycles can easily obtain liberation. So, going to the concept of Nada, the entire cosmos is made up of vibrations called Nada. The vibrations are of two types: silent vibrations of the self, anahata, and music or ahata. The anahata shabda is eternal and all-pervasive, ringing of infinite space, from which the secondary sounds arise. Everything in existence has its own imperishable shabda, which is a subtle aspect of its vital principle. In Indian classical music, we are tuning into the eternal. The raga, it arises from, the raga rises into audibility from eternity and merges again into the mysterious infinite. For a great musician such as Sri Tyagaraja, he aspired to reach the supreme. Nada Yoga is a demanding path in terms of technicality, of performance, and in the sublime nature of the philosophy. In the composition Moksha Mugalada in Saramati, he makes such a strong statement. He says, "Can there be liberation for those who have neither true devotion nor musical wisdom?" He explains in this composition that through the combination of prana, the vital breath, and anala, fire, the vibration of Om manifests as the 7 notes, the Saptaswaras. This idea has been stated in the Sangita Ratnakara. He says, for those who have not experienced the consciousness of Shiva, who is so fond of playing the Veena, can there be liberation? So I will now present Moksha Mugalada. This is a very beautiful composition. The Raga Sarmati is filled with that divinity of Nada, directly takes you to that bhava. So, in India's history, not all bhaktas showed expertise in technical knowledge of music. Sri Tyagaraja was a master in the science of music, the raga lakshanas, the art of do's and don'ts. It was his musical knowledge combined with the divine inspiration that made his contribution priceless. In the composition Shobillu, Sri Tyagaraja describes the Saptaswaras as radiant goddesses. He says, "O my mind, worship the radiant Saptaswara divinities. Worship them, these radiant divinities, at the level of the navel, the heart, throat, tongue, and nose." Here, he is particularly highlighting the parts of the body that are important for the production of the physical sound. But also, I would like to refer to, in another composition, Swararaga Sudha in Shankarabharana, Sri Tyagaraja has mentioned that the Saptaswaras arise in the Mooladhara and that they have the 7 abodes. These could be in reference to the 7 chakras, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, etc. So in the composition he says, worship the Saptaswaras, these divinities which are radiant, which are in the Vedas, which support creation, in the heart of the sacred Gayatri, as the Omkara, in the minds of celestials, and in this person, and in this fortunate Tyagaraja. So his composition on these divinities of the Swaras, Shobillu. Shobillu saptaswara, shobillu saptaswara, shobillu saptaswara, shobillu saptaswara, shobillu saptaswara, shobillu saptaswara, sundarula bhajipave manasa, shobillu saptaswara, sundarula bhajipave manasa, shobillu saptaswara. Nabhi Hritkantharasana, Hritkantharasana, sadula yanto nabhi Hritkantharasana, Yado Swabilo Sata Swara Sundarula Bhajupave Manasa Swabilo Sapta Swara Darareksamadulala Varagayatri Hridayamuna Darareksamadulala Varagayatri Hridayamuna Surabhu Suramanasamuna Surabhu Suramanasamuna Shubha Tyagaraja Niyada Swabu Sata Swara Sundarula Bhajupave Manasa Swabu Sata Swara So, Sri Tyagaraja further glorifies music. He takes it to the ultimate level. He says in the song Nadopasana in the Raga Begada that Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma thrive by meditating on musical sound. These are no ordinary beings. These are the uplifters of the Vedas, the ones who transcend the Vedas, who are independent and who live for aeons. They revel in Laya, Swara and Raga and are worshipped by Tyagaraja. The knowledge of music is glorified in the composition Sangita Shastra Jnanamu in the Raga Mukhari. Here he says, the knowledge of Sangita Shastra as learnt by this Tyagaraja, together with the ocean called the bliss of the story of Rama, brimming with the entire essence of the 9 rasas, Sringara, etc., bestows the comfort of Sarupya. So, there are 4 stages of mukti that are described. Salokya, being co-located with the Lord. Samlpya, which is being in the neighborhood of the Lord. Then Sarupya, which is being the likeness of the Lord, which is referred to in this composition. And Sayujya, which is union with the Lord. So, here he is saying that knowledge of Sangita Shastra along with that bhakti is what allows one to experience Sarupya. So, the Sachan of music confers the highest form of loving devotion, affection of virtuous people, the grace of Vishnu, and the wealth of self-control. So it is pretty clear in this composition that it is not mere Sangita Shastra, but it is combined with his understanding, which is always mixed with the bhakti towards Sri Rama. So this is clarified, it's very clear in the composition Sangita Jnanamo in the Raga Dhanyasi, where he says, mere knowledge of music without bhakti will not lead one to the right path of God realization. And that path, this music that he talks about in that composition, music is worshipped by Bhringi, Lord Nataraja, Anjaneya, Agastya, Matanga, Narada and others. So he gives us, these are all, all these great ones show us the path of Nadopasana. Sri Tyagaraja has written in many compositions about these great beings who are exemplars of this Nada Yoga. In the composition Nada Loludai, he says that supreme bliss, not just bliss, Brahmananda is attained by being immersed in Nada, which is consisting of the 7 swaras and the multitude of ragas. And he gives examples of who have worshipped this Nada: Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Subramanya and Ganesha. Also want to make a special mention of Hanuman as a great exemplar of this Nada Yoga. In the composition Geetarthamu, Sri Tyagaraja talks of how Sri Anjaneya is the one who is a great example of understanding of both the Gita, the Bhagavad Gita, Geetarthamu and Sangeetarthamu. So he is very knowledgeable in music, and as well known, he is such a great devotee, one of the greatest bhaktas. So he combines all of these to be a great example of Nada Yoga. So I will now present Nada Loludai in Kalyana Vasanta. Swadhupala prada sapta swara raga nitaya sahita Swadhupala prada sapta swara raga nitaya sahita Nadalolude Brahmananda Manasana Hariharatma Bhusurapati Hariharatma Bhusurapati Sharajanma Ganeshadi Sharajanma Ganeshadi Varamaunulu Pasil chare varamaunulu pasil chare dharatyagararudeliyo varamaunulu pasil chare dharatyagararudeliyo nadalolude Brahmanandamandave manasa nadalolude Sri Tyagaraja gives us a glimpse of the path of sadhana in Nadopasana in the composition Kaddanu Vabiki in Todi. He says such a beautiful statement. Niddura nirakarinchi mudduga tambura patti shuddhamaina manasuche suswaramuto Paddutappaka bhajinche. So he is saying in this composition, giving up sleep, holding the tambura affectionately with a pure mind and with the fine swara, chanting the name of the Lord. He says that the Lord is merciful to those and nourishes those who follow this. And then he is asking Rama, will you not come? Will you make the truth of the great ones false by not coming? So in this way, he has expounded he is giving us tips on the practice of Nada Yoga. And then I would finally like to express the concept, this nectar called raga can give us the ultimate benefits. He has mentioned about moksha itself. Anything that you can imagine can be obtained by this drinking of this nectar of raga. So in the composition, Raga Sudharasa, he says, through the nectar of raga, you can attain the benefits that you can gain through yaga, yoga, tyaga, and bhoga. So in this composition, he is saying, by drinking that nectarine juice of music, that bestows the benefits that accrue through Vedic sacrifice, through the practice of yoga, renunciation, and even anything that can be obtained through worldly enjoyments. This nectar of nada bestows all the benefits of transcendental bliss. Sri Tyagaraja knows that those well versed in the Saptaswara, which emanates from the Pranavanada, which is the nature of the Supreme Lord, Parabrahman, these who know this, these are Jivan Muktas. So the composition, Raga Sudharasa. Raga Sudharasa, Raga Sudharasa, Panamuchesi Ranjil Manasaraga Sudharasa Vanamuchesi Ranjilu Manasaraga Sudharasa Panamuchesi. Yaga yoga tyaga bhogavala musange Yaga yoga tyaga bhogavala musange Yaga yoga tyaga bhogavala musange Raga Sudharasa Panamuchesi Ranjilu Saraga Sudharasa Sada Shivamaya Magunadom Karaswara విధులు జీవన్ ముక్తులని త్యాగరాజు తెలియు విధులు జీవన్ ముక్తులని త్యాగరాజు తెలియు విధులు జీవన్ ముక్తులని త్యాగరాజు తెలియు రాగ సుధారస పానము చేసి రాజులు ఓ రస పానము చేసి రాగ సుధారస రాగ సుధారస పానము రాగ సుధారస With this, I will conclude my presentation. I think this is a wonderful message of Sri Tyagaraja that we can obtain everything, anything that can be obtained by all these other pursuits through this nectar called raga, through the Nadopasana, combining the technical knowledge of Sangeeta Shastra with the bhakti as exemplified by Sri Tyagaraja himself as a great Rama Bhakta, and all those that have come before him, Anjaneya, etc., that he talks about in his compositions. So we have such great ones who have shown us the path. So let us seek their blessings in pursuing what we can through the grace of the Lord, whatever we can grasp with our hands. Let us be blessed in partaking in this Nadopasana.
Oh, can you best bring some comparison with Dikshitar, some words, Dikshitar and Syama Shastri? Because Nadopasana is common to both these triads. Would you just refer to Dikshitar something? Yes, you have some more time.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I can talk about Dikshitar. Muthuswami Dikshitar is his compositions are, of course, all the Divine Trinity's compositions, they express the divinity. See, Muthuswami Dikshitar's compositions, I would describe them as beautiful, like monuments of the ragas. He creates these beautiful sculptures that show the beauty of the ragas in different strokes. He is also a great historian and documents the rituals that happen at the different places geographically. He's one who brings out the mantra shastra, mantra, tantra, Sri Vidya Upasana in his compositions. Whereas his compositions are, they exemplify this beautiful Sanskrit and the depth of the raga exploration. That personal connection with
Comparison with Muthu
God
Swamiji. A question ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು.
of Sri in the way that he expresses with Sri Rama when he says, "Why are you not coming?" And then Sri Shama Shastri, his compositions are filled with the cry of the child for the mother, always is calling to the Divine Mother. So you can feel that his expertise, Shama Shastri's expertise, is in Laya, but that Laya, even though very complex, appears simple in his handling. It appears so well integrated with the musical framework that we cannot even tell that it's hard to tell that he handled such complexities in Laya. Sri Dikshitar specialized in raga. And in Sri Tyagaraja, I think we can particularly see the Navarasas coming in the bhakti. So that's what I would say.
So thank you very much for the wonderful presentation. And now we have got anybody, Nagalakshmi Bhagavatula is there. And she is familiar with the Nada and also the Abhinaya and all that. So I just request Nagalakshmi Bhagavatula to say a few words on the talk and about her own things, how she feels the Nada effect upon the dance too, because dance, Nada is influencing in all respects. Nagalakshmi.
Thank you. Firstly, I want to say thanks for making me part of this experience. And Tata, thank you for making me do this. I know I've been wanting to and come on this for a long time. I would just say preparing for this was very reflective because though I work with Nadam every day, just thinking about it and to see how and what I should be talking from my dancing experience was a very deeply reflective experience. And what beautiful way to gather here and talk about Nadopasana around Mother's Day. So, because the very first Nadam of our life begins with Amma. And so before we understand music, rhythm, language or prayer, we first recognize the sound of our mother. And in many ways, I feel I owe my Natyopasana to my Guru's Krupa, my father's Kuchipudi lineage, and most importantly, to my mother's dream. And this journey is what brought me to this reflection today. For me, Nadam and Abhinaya are the heart of the dance. Very often we think dance is where the dance begins with a movement. But like I remind myself and I tell my students every day, Indian classical dance begins with listening and stillness. Because Nada shapes the very aspect of dance in the form of nritya and natya.
ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರದ್ದು ಆತಂದಾಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ನಾಗಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ
Okay. Um, and like I was saying, nada shapes the aspects of dance. And for when I say nritta, which is the pure dance movements, and where the nada becomes the rhythm. And here, we as dancers, we respond to different aspects of the nadam in the form of the talam, laya, the jatis, even the syllables, tempo, and music, the whole musical structure. The body here, as a dancer, it becomes the percussion to the nada that we respond to. And without nadam, nritta can become simply a technical movement or just a movement of your body. Whereas with the proper response to nadam, it takes the life and it gives the dynamic structure to the dance. And nritta pieces of dance are something that every dancer learns in the very beginning. Take it Jatishwaram, just the pure nritta pieces, where it feels like there is no facial expressions, but it is the body that expresses through its movement. So that is where nadam plays a very crucial role in the nritta pieces of the dance. Whereas the nritya, where this is where the nadam becomes the bhavam, because the music that the dancer listens to and responds to, it starts shaping the emotional experience of the dance. And here we respond to nadam in the form of response to the ragam, the gamakas, even the pauses, and just the movement of the music here, the rise and fall of the phrases, or these all start influencing the abhinaya. So because the bhavam is what the dancer feels before creating the rasa in the audience, this is where the nadam comes into picture and becomes the first influence of abhinaya to a dancer. And this is where the nritta moves beyond just the dancing technique and starts shaping into something closer to the rasanubhuti. And here, in my experience, when a dancer responds to the nadam here, it is not merely performing to the sahityam. I think it is more deeper, where the music here travels emotionally through the body of the dancer, because here it is not just softening the eyes through the sahityam, or even a simple things like how the breath changes depending on how you respond to the nadam, to respond to the music. That is where even a simple stillness with a movement of eyebrows or eyes, or even a neck movement, gives a lot of importance or a lot of meaning to the abhinaya through the response to nadam. And once the bhavam is created, again, in natyam, nadam becomes the storytelling, where this is where we talk about character, the emotions, drama, rhythm, and they all merge together to form a narrative. And I think this is where it becomes even more very close to the Kuchipudi dance form, because Kuchipudi dance as such emerged as a dance drama tradition where music and dance are inseparable, simply because Kuchipudi dance started as a Vidhi Natakam in the streets of the village of Kuchipudi, where storytelling is the heart of Kuchipudi, and storytelling with the movement. So, which is where Nadam becomes the very essence of the storytelling in a dance form like Kuchipudi, and in different ways in different Indian classical dance form. So, what I see when I speak about or when I think about Nadam, it is not just a background to the dance, and it is what that drives the experience of a dance, not just to the audience, but to the dancer herself. And for me, Abhinaya is just a mode where Nadam becomes visible through the eyes of the dancer. Because again, Abhinaya is not merely a facial expression, it is what, like I mentioned earlier, it's the emotional response to the sound and it is where a journey from nadam to bhavam to rasanubhuti happens. And that is why the same choreography that people, it can be the same choreography, but when each dancer dances to that choreography, it feels completely different. And I feel it is because of how each dancer responds and internalizes the nadam as they dance. And when we speak about Nadopasana, even as any dancer, whether it is Kuchipudi or Bharatanatyam, it is impossible not to think of Tyagaraja. And I'm glad that I was here when we were talking about Tyagaraja's influence on Nadopasana. And actually, very interestingly, my very first Tyagaraja Kirtana that I worked on my Abhinaya when I was a kid actually was Nagumomu Ganaleni. So listening to it again brought back so many memories and reminded deeply how I learned my Abhinaya through Nagumomu Ganaleni pieces many years ago. And because this composition is not just about learning the Abhinaya or the Bhavam, but has taught me the different paths of devotion. Because Tyagaraja's compositions are not just in the are not just about Kirtanam, but it is also how the longingness of the Smaranam, Sakhyam, and also the surrender itself. And all this naturally are the pathways to Abhinaya. And just because I was listening to Nagumomo, I was thinking about, I'm pretty sure I danced internally, if not externally, when I was listening to it. Just the word of Nagumomu Ganaleni Najali Telisi. We did so many sangatis in that on just about how Tyagaraja could just emote the longingness that he has to see Rama, which carries a lot of intimacy while just longing for it. And we also used to do Abhinaya on Shabari in this piece, on how she longs for to see Rama in the forest. So all those Abhinaya exercises happen through Tyagaraja composition. So what I can say is, for me, Nadam is truly the beauty of dance. And so Nada becomes the Nritta, and it becomes the rhythm in Nritta, emotion in Nritya, and the storytelling in Natya. And through putting all this together in the dance in a very personalized and internalized way of a dancer, and that's what creates the rasanubhuti to both the audience and the performer. So that's how nada reflects through me as a dancer. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity, not just to talk about it, but also listen to beautiful compositions and be amongst all of you.
So very good. Now I am seeing the Nagalakshmi speaking beautiful and very much pointful things. So Uma Murthy, so some question you have got anything to speak, and anybody want to speak on this? Nada is everybody's department, So even medical, even in the field of medicine also, people decide and prescribe depending on the sounds that body inside produce. So there's medical. So any and everywhere, Nada is a pathway for happiness, for relief, for ananda. And so thereby, when mere sound and also this ananda gives a permanent happiness to all people. So today we have a wonderful opportunity to club this nada in music, singing, vocal, and nada in dance. And I think somebody, Prasad, I don't know whether, in instrumental music also. So instrumental music also, it could be. So thereby the nada horizon is simply infinite. So thank you very much. for this, and that other lady from Kuchipudi Dancing Academy. So she says she is not well, that's why we could not get her here. So we'll see some other occasion. So, sir, any question? You got Uma Murthy? Nothing. Anything you want to ask? No. Anyway, so we'll ask Shivalingaya if he is there, or Omkarappa. Omkarappa idara? I don't know.
Idara Guruji.
So he can just I don't know. Anyway, do it. Om Swasti.
Om Krishnaya Vasudevaya Haraye Paramatmane Pranatakleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Krishnaya Yadavendaya Gnanamudraya Yogine Nattaya Rakmineshaya Namo Vedanta Vedine Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Tam Sachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnan Vande Jagadgurum Om Shanti 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 Apadhamoli Paryantam Gurunam Akrutim Smaret Tena Vigna Pranashanti Siddhyanti Cha Manoratha Yadaksharam Padabhrashtam Matrayinantu Yadbhavet Tatsarvam Shamyatam Deva Narayana Namostute Visargabinda Matrani Padhapadhaksharani Cha Nyunyani Chatirikhtani Kshamasva Purushottama Abhirgirbhiryadato Unamapyaya Harivo Vardhamana Yadha Stotrabhyo Mai Gotra Rujasi Bho Ishtabhajo Adateshama Brahma Pravadi Smatanno Mahasit Om Shanti 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahavijankaravavahe Tejasvinavadhitamastama Vidvishavahe Om Shanti 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 Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyanta Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Satam Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu Shri Vasudevarpanamastu Shri Veda Purusha Shirvadhostu Om Shri Matru Charanaravindarpanamastu Om Tat Sat Hari Om Namaste.
So Kailash, anything that you want